In this tutorial, you will see how to integrate and use the smartLink hardware DP solution with AMS Device Manager and access PROFIBUS DP or HART information of field devices connected to HART-compatible PROFIBUS DP Remote IOs. Before continuing with the installation, be sure that your computer is connected to the same network with smartLink HW DP and AMS Device Manager server or client application. The communication between a DP master and remote I/O slaves is mandatory for the commissioning of the smartLink. To figure out the IP address of the device, please start Search and Configure tool and click on Search. By default, smartLink HWDP is configured with DHCP. For the first connection, remember the smartLink IP address and the serial number. In our case, the IP address is 192.168.0.10 and the serial number is 204.100.321. Copy the IP address and open the web server of the device in a web browser. Enter administrator as user and the default password as specified in our user manual with the serial number of the device. You can now modify the IP address and user account settings of your SmartLink device. For accessing HART or PROFIBUS devices connected to your PROFIBUS DP segment, please import your license files. In our case, the SmartLink device is licensed for 50 HART and 50 PROFIBUS devices. Import new licenses if you require more tags. To discover the field devices connected to the PROFIBUS DP segment, you need to activate the PROFIBUS DP channel of the SmartLink. Go to the PROFIBUS tab in the web server and check the PROFIBUS DP parameters of segment DP1. Those ones must match the configuration of your installation. Select the station address that is not given, click OK. Click on Join PROFIBUS to activate the channel. The SmartLink will behave as a master class 2 and will read acyclic data from DP slaves. Installation of the device does not require a shutdown. A log message will confirm that the device joined successfully. SmartLink will now start discovering the devices and build its own live list. Go to Diagnosis, Live List to see the update of its list in real time. The live list can be refreshed with the button on your right. Additional information like slave ID, slot, and information regarding the connected HART devices can be found by expanding the live list table. Our last configuration step is to set up the AMS Device Manager network configuration. Open the network configuration and click on Add for a new interface. Select HART IP address and type in the interface name. Enter the IP address of the SmartLink. Click on Finish for closing the network configuration. You are now able to launch the AMS Device Manager tool. Select the previously defined network interface. In our example, you can find it under SmartLink HWDP. Click on Rebuild Hierarchy to display the device information from the live list of SmartLink. The device will be recognized with its long tag name entered in the web server. As you can notice, the tool discovers 9 HART cards corresponding to 9 PROFIBUS DP Remote IOs in the DP segment. Both live list of SmartLink and AMS DM hierarchy will provide similar information. In our example, the HART card 20 corresponds to the remote I/O with slave ID 20. By selecting a HART card, AMS DM will search for devices connected to Remote I/O with slave ID 20 and display them on the overview. 7 devices in our example. By double-clicking on a device listed under the HART cards, you can access the HART information of the device, check the status, modify its parameters. In our test, for example, we access the HART parameters of an ABB field device and modify its tag. This concludes integration of the SoftLink SmartLink hardware DP solution with AMS Device Manager. Further information can be found on our website, industrial.softlink.com. Thank you for your attention.